Hi guys, welcome to my YouTube channel. My name is Denison, your billionaire farmer. So in this video, we are going to discuss how to make over 3 million naira weekly trading palm oil, sourcing from the eastern part of Nigeria and taking it to the northern parts where there is scarcity for palm oil. So all you have to do for me is to like this video, subscribe to this YouTube channel, and watch this video to the end. So let's dive straight into the business of today. And I've listed step-by-step guide that will help you as a beginner start and make a lot of money. I've made this research and I've seen how much you can make if you follow the steps I'm going to share with you. 3 million naira is the minimum. You can make way more than that amount, right? So all you have to do is follow the steps. So step number one, I want you to just imagine that in this country where we are, if we go to eastern part of Nigeria, let's say Akwa Ibom, Enugu, Anambra, Imo State, they have a lot of palm oil because they have a lot of palm trees. Now, if you go to northern part of Nigeria, like Kano, Kaduna, Katsina, Gombe, Zamfara, you will see that this particular state I've mentioned, they don't have access to palm oil. They don't have palm trees, so they can't produce palm oil. But if you are like me, who have been in the north and stayed in the north for many years, you will know that these people use a lot of palm oil in their food. If they are cooking soup, if they are preparing any of their meal, they use a lot of palm oil. And all this palm oil, they are buying. They don't produce this palm oil in their place. So this is a business opportunity for you. This is a place where you can step in. If for example, if you're from the east and you're looking for a business to start, this is one of the most solid business that you can start and can make you profit and make you a millionaire overnight. This is not BS. I've done it. Many other people have done it. I know a lot of people that are into palm oil trading and they are making a lot of money. So follow these steps and you will see how you can start this business. So step number one, what you need to do is to how know where to source your palm oil. So now we are discussing step-by-step guide on trading palm oil. Step number one, palm oil sourcing. Where are you going to source your palm oil? Now, if you're from the east, let's assume you're from Akwa Ibom. They produce a lot of palm oil there. And I always tell people that if you want to go into any of agricultural trading commodity, go to a state that produce that commodity in abundance. Why? Because you are going to get it very, very cheap in that region. You don't have to go to buy from maybe a third party, right? Go to these places, make your research. Like when I wanted to start trading palm oil, I made my own research. I have a lot of people in Akwa Ibom, people that I trust, people that I've done business with for many years. I call them while I was in the north, right? I call them, give them the assignment. Can you search for me how much is palm oil? How much is 25 liter of palm oil in Akwa Ibom? I got the figures. Then how much will it cost me to move one of this jerry can from Akwa Ibom to Kaduna or to Kano? So 25 liter currently in Akwa Ibom, you can get it for 50,000 naira or 55,000 naira. From the east, it could be from Imo State, it could be from Enugu, and yes, Kogi State, they also have good palm oil. So you can search from this state and know how much they are selling. So currently, based on my own survey, you can also make yours because maybe when you're watching this video, the statistics I'm going to give you might not be 100% right? So you have to make your own research. But when I got this figure, 25,000 naira, 55,000 naira was the cost of 25 liter of palm oil. So you have known your cost. So next step, that is step number two, know the logistic. Transporting one jerry can of palm oil from Akwa Ibom or from your region, or let's say Cross River to Kano, how much will it cost you? So when I made that research, it costs around 4,000 naira and 4,500, right? So if I buy for 50,000 and I pay transport 4,000 naira, it means my palm oil have cost was 54,000 naira, right? So I've known my logistic, 4,000 naira to 5,000, but I benchmark it to be what 4,000 minimum, right? So step number three, sell at a profit in the north. So now that you have gotten your palm oil, you know how much it will cost you to get it from Akwa Ibom. You know how much it will cost you to move it from that place to maybe Kano or Kaduna or any other state. So we are done with that. Now, step number 3, you need to know how to sell at a profit. Now, you know your profit, right? Because you know how much you bought, you know the cost it takes you. So, how are you going to sell at a profit? First thing you need to do is you need to know how much you are selling palm oil in Kano. How much? Like based on my research, current research I did in Kano, 25 liter of palm oil goes for 25,000, for 60,000 to 68,000, 65,000. But the highest I got was 66,000, right? So remember this, you bought for 55,000 plus logistic. And when you took it to the north, maybe in Kano State, there in Kano, one 25-liter keg is selling for 60 to 65,000. So how much profit have you made? You have made almost 5,000 naira from one keg of palm oil. From one keg of palm oil. Remember, I want to show you how you can make 3 million. So for example now, if you're able to sell, let's assume 300 keg, or let's say 600 keg every week, 600 keg, because when I went to Kano, I went to the market where they buy palm oil in large quantity, and I met with the chairman of the market, sat with him, went to his office, and we discussed. And he told me that if I should bring as many liters of palm oil as possible, they are going to buy and pay me my money cash. They were telling me that they don't even have suppliers much. People are not bringing it much based on the demand they have, because people that are from people come all over Nigeria to buy things from Kano. People come from Katsina, people come from Jigawa, people from Gombe, from Kebbi to buy things from Kano, even from Lagos to buy things from Kano, from Abuja to buy things from Kano, from Kogi State to buy things from Kano, right? So if you are able to supply 1,000 keg of palm oil weekly and you're making a profit of 5,000 naira, or let's say in worst case scenario, you're making a profit of 3,000 naira. So let's calculate. You're making a profit of 3,000 naira per keg. So 3,000 naira times 1,000. That is 3 million naira. Remember, our profit is almost 5,000. But of course, you have other expenses, maybe loading, offloading, and many other expenses. So you now benchmark that the least you should be able to make per keg should be what? 3 million naira. So if you make 3 million naira every month or every week based on your financial capacity and your ability to supply quickly or fast, you are going to make a lot of money. 3 million will be like chicken change for you. Now, this business idea might be capital intensive, but I know some of you watching this video, you have the finance. You're just looking for which business you can do. So if, for example, you use like 10 million naira to start this business, in few weeks or a few months, you are going to make a lot of profit and your capital is secured. That is a good thing about this business. You're going to get a good profit. Now, there are steps that you have to take for you to make this business to be a success, right? You don't just have to calculate profit. You have to know what are the steps. So I'm just going to give you a few tips here. Let's say 5 tips that you should follow to make this business a profitable business. Tip number 1, build a relationship. That is the first thing many people miss. So while I'm making my research, I'm planning to go into commercial palm oil trading. I went to Kano. I stayed there for a lot of many weeks. I went to the market. I built the relationship with the top people, with the people off takers that are buying plenty. I have their contact. I spoke with them. So if I bring my palm oil now, even if I bring 1 million liters, I will not be stranded because I'll build the relationship. That is the first tip. The second tip you have to do is focus on quality. As you're sourcing this palm oil, make sure you're bringing quality palm oil. Quality palm oil. Because if you don't bring quality, your customers might reject it. They told me while I was making my survey that if I should bring high quality palm oil, they might pay me higher. It might even be more than that 60,000 or 66,000 based on the quality, undiluted palm oil. undiluted. So negotiate transport cost. Tip number 3, negotiate transport cost. So though they told me 4,000 to 5,000 to move one keg from Akwa Ibom to Kano, if I'm moving 1,000 keg, they won't charge me at that. I will negotiate. I can make arrangement with vehicle that might even pick it for 2,000 naira based on the volume you're moving. So you have to negotiate transport costs, and then you have to be consistent. Don't supply this week and then the next week you don't have. No, you have to make sure you have established a solid relationship with your suppliers of this palm oil, the millers of this palm oil, so that you'll be able to supply consistently. Every week you're bringing in goods, every week you're bringing in goods, and you do this every week for complete 1 month, 6 months. 3 million naira profit will be the least you should be thinking about. So you have to stay consistent. And tip number 5, reinvest your profit. Reinvest your profit. So if you make profit from moving this palm oil, you have to reinvest it back into the business. Because you made 3 million, don't use the 3 million to go and do another business. No, add the 3 million to maybe the 10 million that you started with, right? Reinvest your profit. Reinvest your profit back into the business. So these are the tips that you have to follow to make this palm oil trading business a success. Now, why I'm telling you this, because I have made this research and I found out how profitable this business is. So I want you to consider venturing into this palm oil trading business. So if you have any question that you want to ask me, you can either drop it in the comment section or check for my WhatsApp number that is here on this video and reach out to me on WhatsApp. If you also need a business plan, which I believe is very, very important for someone who is starting, you will need to get this business plan that will be like a guide for you. And for some other people that will be looking for funds, maybe you have an uncle or an auntie that will need to give you funds. You present this business plan to them, and when they see it, they see how everything is explained in details. They will see how profitable this business is. They will be willing to invest in your business. So get a business plan and start this palm oil trading business. So thank you for staying connected. Like this video, subscribe to this YouTube channel, and you'll be blessed. I remain Dennison, your billionaire farmer.